Good evening, campers, and welcome back to Lotus Operations. And if you want to learn how to build one of these beauties, feel free to stay tuned. Okay, guys, and welcome back to Lotus Operations. And as I mentioned, we are going to be using our magazines to make them more tactically advantageable, if that's the correct word that I'm thinking of, for either a survival situation or for a combat style situation. So basically you're killing two birds with one stone. But let's grab our magazines and our paracord, and that is everything you're going to need. Okay, so we are going to be retrieving our paracord here. And then we are going to, all you need is a paracord and two magazines. And okay, campers, and welcome back to the weapons bench for my shop here. And what we are going to be doing is we are going to be taking our magazines and securing them together. Now, you've seen this in movies. You've seen this in videos where people uses tape and puts the magazines together in this style formation to where they are literally combined two magazines into one. And you could be able to chamber to your gun, eject it, rechamber it back into your gun again, and then continuously be shooting, which this method does speed up your reload time, and it allows you to carry more ammunition closer to your area of chamber without having to reach down into your vest, grab your ammo, and reload. But not everyone likes this style of setup here, but I'm going to show you a way that I'm going to secure my two magazines together to make it better for a survival situation and a tactical situation. So let's begin tying. So the first thing you want to do when you are dealing with these type of situations, or if you're doing this, you want to make sure that your bullets will be pointing forward for your gun when you tie this, because you don't want to have to pull it out, rotate it, insert it. You want to be able to just do a quick insert, rotate, and insert. Eject, rotate, insert. So you're going to make sure they're both pointing forward, and then you're going to literally reverse it like that. So you have one pointing forward and then one pointing forward. They're going the exact same direction. So whenever it goes in, all you got to do is eject it out, rotate, slam it back up, and keep on shooting if necessary. Then you're going to figure out how far you want them to be. Now, of course, the further away they are, the weaker it is. And remember, you are going to have weight in this bottom one, so it is going to pull it loose. So you want it to be as close as possible, but without interfering with the chambering of the rounds. So you need to make sure that you are clear to where you can still chamber it into the gun without interfering with the round chambering setup. Then you're going to get your paracord and you're going to tie them together like you see with the knives, the belts, the axes, the stuff like that, where they have the paracord tied down the handle. You're going to secure both of these down from this point to this point, all the way here with your paracord. Now this gives you the advantage of having also rope in case you need extra rope for whatever survival situation. You have rope along with you while you're doing your magazines. So let's tie this. All right, so as you can see, we got them oriented to how we want it, because when you chamber the rounds, the magazines go forward. So we are going to literally have them like this, or rotate it, and then we are going to pick our distance. Now, I am, of course, guessing based on the scratches of my magazines that I'm literally going to go from this chamber here to this chamber here to give the right distance to where I know there's plenty enough clearance here for it to lock in. Even though I can go a little bit taller, it'll give you a little bit longer of a handle if necessary to hold on to stabilize your guns if you don't have a forward holding handle. So we are going to tie this now. Okay, so we're going to create the loop. We're going to go through with a circle like this, okay? If you saw it. If you want to learn how, I can teach you in another video how to do that. And then we're going to wrap this around the gun magazines like this. And then we are going to position this exactly where we need it before we pull it tight. So we're going to want it like this, like this. We want it about this distance, like I mentioned. And then we are going to pull it tight like a shoelace, and it's going to self-lock. Then you lay this puppy down, and then you begin wrapping this nice and tight with no spaces in between to give yourself as much paracord as you can get with the thing. Okay, so once you get to your end, you're going to need to tie it off. Now, you can do 1 layer, 2 layers, 3 layers. Depends upon how thick you want it, how much paracord you want. It's up to you, but I'm only gonna do 1 layer thick for this video. But depending upon how many feet you want wrapped, you put it around here. Now, the advantages to this is that you don't have to put the paracord in your pocket. You can make this your first magazine load, so you don't have to worry about storing this in your vest, and everything else after this could not be wrapped. Or you can have this just stuck in your backpack with multiple layers, so you can have a rope to whatever you need to, or you can wrap multiple magazines like this. Now, at the end, what you're going to do is you're going to wrap it, gonna make sure it's nice and tight, and then you are going to literally like you're gonna have to cut off a rope of what you're going to do. You're gonna have to literally cut off a section, okay? You're gonna cut off a section here, and then you're going to tie it literally through your last one here. So you're gonna have to squeeze it through. So you want it to be tight, but you want it also to like leave like a small section to tie through like this. Then you're going to tighten it down. Then you're gonna do it again. You're gonna need like something to pull it through. And you're going to take this here and you're going to tie it off like this. Double knot it, boom. And then you have your magazine tied down. Then you can pull it this way to retighten it back, because you're gonna have a little bit of slack, unfortunately. So either A, you can take and bring it over. If you're able to feed it through, you can like tie it around here on this side if you want to. Or you can like literally create a tie down here on this side, down here, and then tie these two together if you left slack down here like so. If the piece that I wrapped up inside here, if I left it out, I could have tied those two together to create a binding between those two to hold those two together there. But as you can see, I have a little spot here that I actually can do to help out. So I will secure it to here so I can save as much space as possible. Okay guys, so after you have it tied, you want to get a lighter and burn your paracord, because paracord, when you cut it, it starts unthreading. So it's like one of those things that you need to secure with fire in the end, because otherwise it's going to like just unthread and just like keep unthreading until you freaking get it to melt it like this. And then you're going to be careful because it's extremely hot. So gloves, something else, still hot through the rags. We're gonna let it secure like that because it is plastic, so be careful on that. Then you wanna secure your knot with this if possible. If you don't want to, you don't have to. But I sometimes like to do a slight bonding with the thing here. If you want to, you do a slight bonding, not too much. You wanna just do just enough to help adhere the paracord together so it doesn't slip as easy out and you have to physically pull it apart, or just cut that thin strand, which would be like right up here. And then that section would be a little bit knot, and that's all you would lose. Okay, so now we have it wrapped, this little beauty like this. Now, as we can see, there's no pulling apart here, so it's not gonna fall when you're shooting. It's still well below the latches of the gun, so you're not gonna have any interference with your chambering of your rounds. And then you're gonna be able to lock it in, rotate it, lock it in. Regardless of the way it is, lock it in, it's identical. Therefore, you're not going to have any slowing down of your gun because you don't want to eject, flip, rotate, insert. You don't want it to be like that. Okay guys, well, I hope you enjoyed the video on how to make this. I've got more to come. I got a different idea of how to create one of these, but instead of using elastic, then there may be another potential one of using PVC pipe where I can build my own clips. Those may come down the line if I get enough response or reaction from this. I may end up doing those, or I may still do those regardless if I want to. But I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like what you see, please subscribe, please share. Just remember, practice survival. It doesn't just come to you. It's something you have to practice every day. Be ready, because things are collapsing and you need to be prepared and not wait till the last minute. So Lotus Operations out, and y'all have fun. And one more thing before I let you go. This puppy right here is going to be tested in a shooting video that I will hopefully be doing later on this year once I get all my upgrades made. My magazine release switch, if you've already seen it. This puppy, I've got a dust suppressor that I built that's not a silencer. It just suppresses the dust, but still within the legal factors. And then also too, I have a pistol style brace that I want to make out of PVC pipe, but I won't be able to test that, but I'm still going to get that up and going. And then I think I have a couple more attachments for my AR that I want to do. So stay tuned, and we're going to do a test run with everything at the exact same time.